Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. And besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fan fiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive, that's all the stars rating on your favorite listening platform. It helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and share in the fun. I'm Sandra.
I'm Dreamer.
I'm Casey, and okay, first full disclaimer before we start, we've all had a drink, just one, but this is let's get drunk about it. So if you remember back to Dreamer's episode, we ended that episode off by going, and now we're all going to go get wasted because this is our celebration. This is our celebratory.
Because we deserve it.
Yep, this is our celebratory afternoon. Evening, late night.
It's 1 p.m.
session
for me right now.
It's nearly 6 a.m. for me.
Oh my God. It is nearly 7 p.m. for me. Once again, I came out on top in the time zone stakes here. I offered to get drunk with Sandra and Joey at 4 a.m. and Sandra mummed at me and said,
that
the fuck you are.
like such a bad idea.
So we've all just had one. But we want to get this recorded because it's still in theme for the Wincest Big Bang, and then we're going to go and celebrate that all the episodes are recorded, all the fics are out, we did the thing, we're just the fucking best. Disclaimer over. This episode is a shout out to the authors and artists we reached out in the Discord, the Wincest Big Bang Discord, and we were like, hey, we would love to talk to you all, but actually it turns out that time zones are a fucking nightmare, and logistically we can't make this happen. So here's a Google form. So we put out a Google form. These are the authors and artists that responded to us with their thoughts about the bang, and we're just going to go around and read those responses and just give them some shout outs, give them some love, all that good stuff. Somebody take over from me, please.
Well, I just wanted to put in there too that we did already read out. I already know I'm going to hell. Their response because it was tied into Dreamer's episodes. So if you have not yet listened to all of our Big Bang breakdowns, make sure you go and do that because there's a lot of information that you just don't want to miss out on. And yes, again, this was we really we tossed this about quite a while. Like, how do we do the thing? And we know what it's like just to get like the three of us together, like on a call. And we know we'll do the things, but it's a lot to ask of a lot of different people to do it. So we're like, well, we felt like this was
the fact that I'm pretty much always available is helpful because I just say, you guys work it out. I'll be here.
And thank you to Bluefire986 who mods the Wincest Big Bang because Casey, I think you approached them first and then they were like, sure. And then so we put the form together, did a little ask in the server and we got 6 responses in total. But like I said, we're going to talk about the 5 that we weren't able to talk about because they didn't line up with Casey or my Big Bang breakdown. So we've got, I think we've got 3 writers and 2 artists, I think, that responded back. So it was nice to hear from both sides equally well. Mm-hmm. I had a thought about doing a Wheel of Names thingy, but I think, are we still doing that? Are we going to do it all just like...
We can do, or we can just do alternates.
Okay.
Like you go, Dreamer goes, I'll go. You go, Dreamer goes, I'll go.
Okay. So who's going first? Am I going first? The first one up is Anne-Marie, who on Discord, it's pronounced amusawale, and I was kind of thinking like moose, so amusawale, who is she was a writer in the WBB, and this was not her first Big Bang. She usually participates in Wincest, and is it Malik Big Bang?
Yes.
Okay.
I looked that up. That's Shadowhunters.
Okay.
Alec and Magnus, I believe.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what it was.
The summary of her story is it's an AU of the Netflix series called Brothers Sun with a Wincest twist. I have never seen this show. Has anybody ever heard of this?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. No, I'm not familiar with it.
Very curious about that. So she said
look that up?
We could. Let's look up Brothers. Oh, okay.
When a mysterious enemy targets his family, a Taipei triad member heads to Los Angeles to protect his strong-willed mother and oblivious younger brother. Okay.
Oh, it's got Michelle Yeoh. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. She won the Everything Everywhere All at Once, that movie. She was in that. She won the Oscar for that, and I think a whole bunch of other awards.
I know who you mean.
That one.
Yeah.
I think she's was she in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I think she might have been way back when.
Her name's definitely familiar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea popped in their head when they were watching the series. Any thoughts on the beta process? Difficult to find a good one.
Yeah, no, that's.
I think that is a unanimous. Well, not completely unanimous, but a very widely held.
Yeah, it's especially these days when, like, back on LiveJournal, there were communities dedicated to finding a beta, or just general communities, fandom communities, fan fiction communities, and everyone was sort of more closely linked.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just not as hard. Like, people had a beta, you could ask for one, people offered here or there, everywhere. But these days, people don't know where to ask. And we're lucky enough to be in a few Discord servers that have channels dedicated to fic writing and, even asking about fic betaing. And the Wincest Big Bang Discord itself obviously had a dedicated channel for that.
Mm-hmm.
But
and they had
outside of that,
them too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And the Sam Winchester, Jared Padalecki Big Bang that's coming up, that's a specific role as well. Sorry, we talked about that obviously in my interview. But yeah, outside of that, like, it's people. I think it's always an issue that people sort of lack the confidence to just reach out to someone and say, "Hey, you want to beta my fic?" or just put it out publicly. Does anyone want to beta my fic? And yeah, so it is an issue. Like, and there aren't as many. Obviously, the fandom having shrunk significantly over the years, there aren't as many people offering these things, and yeah, so it's a valid point, definitely.
Yeah, I also wonder too if, because I know like the ratio, like artists to writers, and then I would imagine just the beta part of it would be even smaller as well. I'm curious too. Way back when, like you were saying, Dreamer, like really how many artists were involved in, the writing? Like, how was it closer to, like, and even with betas, like, was it just very comparable or equal, like the amount of people?
I can tell you how many artists and how many authors there were, if that's what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were 11 artists in the end and 16 authors.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you about betas, obviously. Yeah. I know Jen, my beta superhero for the fandom, JDL 71, or I think on AO3 it's JLD 71. Was just smashing out the beta work for this Big Bang. Obviously, more. She wasn't the only one, but took up more than a few helpless writers who needed beta services.
Yeah,
but
I did see that.
If you don't
request a lot,
if you don't have somewhere to go to ask, it feels very, very much like, well, how the heck do I get a beta?
Mm-hmm.
So we asked, now that your story is done, is it the same story you'd envisioned when you started? Just a very simple nope. Who was your artist partner? 2 Blue Shoes, the number 2. She had not heard of 2 Blue Shoes prior to this Big Bang. I asked about the collaborative experience with your artist. She was very accommodating of my ideas and feedback. We always love to hear that. And Anne-Marie said that she will be doing another Big Bang in the future, but did not elaborate, but just that she would be. So is going
and
to
just
do the same.
Just on the point they made about not having heard of their artist. It's funny because I mentioned that, the fandom has definitely shrunk. But it also comes back into that point where I don't think the fandom is as linked into each other as it used to be. Like, and back then, obviously, the fandom was bigger. So if you hadn't heard of a particular writer or artist, well, that wasn't necessarily a surprise. But now I think that not necessarily having heard of people in the fandom, it's more to do with there's more of a spread. I think people are spread out between Discord and Twitter and Tumblr, and still people on LiveJournal, and I think there are a lot of people on Wattpad and, you know, different places, and people aren't as interpersonally connected. So yeah, like someone can be prolific or, you know, an amazing artist, and you haven't necessarily heard of them until you cross paths with them in something like this or on a smaller Discord or so it's interesting the way that the fandom has shrunk, but still people aren't necessarily as intertwined like socially.
I think it might be too that we might have some more, it's like some newer people, some new blood as well. I mean, like we were the three newbies to the writing aspect of it, and I'm sure there were a lot of, you know, artists who, I mean, I think Dreamer, Cass, right? It sounded like they had not done anything prior, but then they did a whole bunch this year. So, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when I connected with them after matching with them, they had taken part, well, quote unquote, taken part in some reverse bangs. So they had already done their art. They just had to wait for the stories to be written. But yeah, no, other than that, fairly new, I think. I only found the one piece of art on their Tumblr when we first were paired up.
Right. Right. So yeah, that was Anne Marie. So thank you, Anne Marie, for taking the time to share your experience with us. Who's doing the next one?
Yeah. Dreamer. She doesn't want to pronounce the third one.
So I don't have to pronounce the next name. I'm so sorry. There's nothing wrong with your name. I just am scared of screwing it up.
Yep.
So yeah, next up is Jen on Discord. Her username is JDL71. And she was a writer in this Wincest Big Bang. The 2024 Wincest Big Bang was definitely not her first. She's been participating in bangs for well over 5 years, including the Dean Winchester Big Bang, J2 Reverse Bang, Wincest Reverse Bang, the SPN J2 Big Bang, the SBN Pro Ship Big Bang, and the Eldritch Big Bang. Sorry, that would be a tricky word even if I hadn't been drinking. Leave me alone. So the first question was, can you provide us with the summary of your story? And Jen said, after discovering Dean's betrayal, Sam walks out on the Omega, needing time to come to terms with what his mate has done. Feeling the loss of his alpha, Dean tries to bury himself in a case, only to come face to face with Sam when he arrives in Lilydale. So many questions are raised when they see each other after being separated. I love a good ABO. So the next question was, how did you come up with your story idea? And Jen said, it sounds like, keeps sounding like I'm saying Gen Z. Sorry. Jen said, I was watching season 7, episode 7, The Mentalist of Supernatural, I assume they mean. And the idea came to me of setting this as ABO. The next question was, any thoughts on the beta process? And Jen said, as a person who betas for others, I enjoy it. I work well with those I beta for and the person who betas for me. Who betas the beta, I wonder?
Well, you have a beta, and you're a beta also, so.
That's true, but everyone knows that Jen betas for me. So the next question was, now that your story is done, is it the same story you'd envisioned when you started? And Jen said, absolutely. So that's cool.
Well, curse these people that can have a fucking story idea and then see it through to completion without losing control of every bit of it.
Another one of those disciplined authors. Fine, show up. And another cool thing, the next question was, who was your artist partner? And their artist partner was, I already know I'm going to hell, which is the same as mine. So there you go.
Exciting. Look, it was fate that you were going to be the one to answer to do that.
There you go. Just in case you didn't listen to my interview, this username is I already know I'm going to hell with hyphens between each word and obviously no apostrophe in I'm, but the number 2 instead of the word 2. So, yeah, bit tricky, but yeah, I think, are we going to have these like written out anywhere for people to read?
Can probably link. I'll probably link them in the description since they filled out the form. So yeah, we'll link their stories and stuff so that they can see the art too that goes along with the story.
Excellent.
Yes.
The next question was, tell us about the collaborative experience with your artist. And Jen's answer was, it was fine. I let my artist read through my story and suggest what they wanted to illustrate. And Jen said that she will be doing another Big Bang in the future and is interested in exploring darker ideas and themes.
Woo! Get it, Jen. Get it, baby.
Well, that's interesting, though, because I know Jen has explored some pretty dark themes in their past fics, so I wonder where it will go in.
She's going darker.
Yeah. Of course, I suppose it depends on what you consider sort of dark ideas and themes. Like there's sort of subtle dark in like relationship wise, but not like dark as in like psycho killers and stuff.
Yeah, well, there was the Demon Deals, her fic that I narrated, and that one, it wasn't Wincest, but it was the relationship between Sam and Dean, and how like Sam just felt overwhelmed and kind of suffocated, I think, by Dean, and then Dean, I think, eventually made the deal for Sam's memory to be erased of Dean altogether, and I thought that was pretty. That was kind of dark and sad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I wonder what Jen's thinking and planning there.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. We'll keep an eye on Jen.
Definitely.
Alrighty, it's my go. I am so sorry.
We're so sorry.
If we're butchering your name, please forgive the fact that the three of us are ignorant who don't know how to do letters with accents. We're real sorry, guys.
Let us know if we got it right, though. Let us know if we're close.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd love to hear that we were right. But also if we were wrong so that we can improve.
Either way.
Yes.
So
we are open to feedback of any variety.
Definitely.
But this is by Mörökölli on Discord. It's that again with yo at the end. No, S-yo. I'm so sorry. We're so sorry.
There will be links to the name and the art, and you guys can help us out. So we are here. Help us.
Yes.
It's probably as good that we've had something to drink, I think. I think that helps. That helps as well.
Just loosen the muscles in your tongue.
Things. Yeah. But they were an artist in the Wincest Big Bang.
Yay.
And it was their first Big Bang.
Yay.
They partnered with two different writers. So they partnered with Amy Pond 45 and D4TD. What was it about the story summary that urged you to select it during the claims process? I chose two stories because I am greedy and I want to develop as an artist. In both, I was attracted to the fact that Sam is in a difficult situation, either in terms of his own body autonomy or the loss of Dean. The alternate realities are fascinating. Oh, yes, talk to me about Sam in difficult situations. Good Lord.
Yes.
What medium did you use for your work? How would you describe the art style? I work with mixed media, combining monotype printing with acrylic, watercolors, and chalk. There is a comma between acrylic and watercolors. They are two separate mediums. I realized I did not come across in my
You're slurring already.
Yeah. The work has a clear pop art influence. Now you get to hear me really overly enunciate things. I don't digitally edit the work other than for banner text.
Their stuff is really interesting. It's really interesting stuff. Yeah.
I think that must be one of the stories I haven't read yet because not having finished the series. Unfortunately, there are a lot of fics I can't read yet because of that.
Yeah, Amy Pond published first, didn't they? And you were like, oh, the first Big Bang fic, I can't read it.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah. So I haven't seen the art either because they often contain spoilers. But that sounds really interesting, the very traditional, totally offline sort of artworks. Yeah. Looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah. So after this weekend, I am officially back on the prod streamer every day to watch Supernatural.
Yes,
so,
next project.
We'll get there. That's the next project. How did you decide on which scenes to illustrate? I got some ideas from the writers, but often some scenes speak to me. There are too many S's in this. This feels really mean. Speak to me with their strong visuals. Fuck's sake. Sometimes the mood of the story, also tempts me to illustrate. Did your writing partner change or modify their story based on any of your art? Not to my knowledge, unless a scene has been shaped at word level during the editing process. The stories were almost finished by the time I got to read them. Was the art you
Nice.
created in the end the art you planned at the beginning? My printing method is such that I make a lot of extra acrylic bases. Some of the implementations didn't work. Some of the images had multiple versions and not all of them were used, nor were they intended to be. I had fun and was inspired to make these images. All right, like printing.
I wonder what
That's
they do
so
with
cool.
I wonder what they do with all the extra bases, if they like clean them off and reuse them, or if they use them in some other sort of artwork. Or
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
awesome.
I don't know. They said I had fun and I was inspired to make these images. I think I read that before, but never mind.
Yeah.
They will be doing Big Bangs in the future. They are participating in the Destiel AU Reverse Big Bang and actually a few other bangs too. They make me challenge myself. Love that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Any final thoughts? This has been lots of fun. I enjoy both the stories and the pictures of the other teams. So I really get a lot out of the whole bang, not just my own teams. Love that for
That's
them.
great. Definitely.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Fully agree.
And see, Casey, by you reading that one, you don't have to read another one. So you did the hard one, and then
And
can
I
do
only
one.
have to read one.
You only
Yeah.
have to read one. So
Yay.
we'll start the cycle again, and I'll be up. So this one, this is kind of like, this is exciting because this is Lemons, who, if you do not know, in Discord is Fictional Lemons, and that is also their AO3 name. She was a writer in the WBB. She's also in our Discord server. The 2024 WBB is not her first Big Bang. She participated in only one other Big Bang, the Sam Winchester Big Bang in 2022. But alert, we heard,
coming
found
back.
out yesterday.
It
I think
opened.
Lemons said that she signed up for the 2024
It is
Sam
the
Winchester. Sam
it's
Winchester
the Sam Winchester
jar pad?
Jared.
Yeah.
Jared
Is it
Padalecki.
Yeah.
Sam Win
Bang.
jar pad? Is that how they're technically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Lemon signed up for that. So yeah, we have more stuff in 2025 in the WBB
Excellent.
in the Big Bang situation.
It's the Sam Winchester, Jared Padalecki Renaissance, people. I'm telling you.
This is how it begins. This is how it.
Hmm.
Casey started
It's
it.
good stuff.
Can you provide us? Wait a minute. Oh, what happened?
Hey, what's happening?
What happened?
I posted the art. Because
Oh,
Gina
but
was like, I don't want to go look at it in case it spoils,
Oh.
but that's safe.
okay, but
I don't want to
it's-
send her to the
I've
art
obviously
post.
seen the header.
It
Oh,
hopped.
all
I've
right.
seen the header.
It hopped the
art.
page back, and then all of a sudden, I just saw Sam Winchester.
Thank you,
Yeah, but
Casey.
he's
I appreciate
beautiful.
the effort.
He's
Yeah.
beautiful. Why don't you want to see his beautiful
No,
face?
it's fine. You could do it again. I'll know now that because I thought I lost it. I was like, oh God, no.
Oh, no.
Can you provide us with a summary of your story? Lemons said Dean has amnesia and tracks down Sam at Stanford, thinking they're romantically involved. Sam eventually tells him they are brothers, but Dean doesn't care. Mutual pining is consummated and they agree to look for answers and face the future together as brothers and a couple. Lemons likes amnesia.
She does. She does.
Leaving Las Vegas was a great one that played on that as well, with both of the boys having amnesia. So that was a good one. And I think she said that's kind of just something she does often. She's realizing she really likes to dip into that. How did you come up with your story idea? She said, I wanted to do a Stanford era fic where Dean just salivates over college-age Sam. Basically, I had the nude modeling idea for another story and decided it fit well for this one. Any thoughts on the beta process? She said, I don't often use betas, so it was nice to have beta feedback on this story. Now that your story is done, is it the same story you'd envisioned when you started? She said, sort of. It's more open-ended than I thought it would be, but it still has a definite happy ending, which is important to me. Yes. Fiction.
Yes, thank you. High five, babe.
Happy ending all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And Lemon's artist partner was also
Case
Midnight.
is just like, I'll get there.
Yeah, give me a minute. Fucking hell.
Or you can just be open and ambiguous like me and just say, yeah, no, I meant to do that. You guys just go and figure it out on yourselves. Lemon's artist partner was MidnightSilver, who I also had
We love MidnightSilver.
the honor of working with.
MidnightSilver.
Tell us about the collaborative experience with your artist. Lemon said, excellent, amazing communication and encouragement. They were very organized and their art was incredible. I was looking at their stuff for Lemon's fic when I was reading it, and it's so good. It's just so good.
Yeah.
The nude modeling scene, and just I think one of like their first, it's great too because I think this one is Dean's POV. So it's a little different.
Oh, yep.
And him just like not knowing what's going on and stuff like that. And just like his first reaction to seeing Sam is just really good.
Love it.
Lemon
can
said,
just imagine.
Yeah. Lemon said they would participate in another Big Bang in the future. And I said, if you answered yes, can you let us know? And she wrote, not on the schedule, but I sort of want to do a sequel to my story if they run the WBB again next year. So I'm wondering if now that she's signed up for this Sam Win Jarpad one, if maybe she'll use that opportunity to do the next bit. Any final thoughts? She said, I had always hoped that MidnightSilver would do art for one of my fics. So this was really a fandom dream come true. And it was awesome to read it and to see the artwork that goes along with it. And if you haven't, yes, go read, go look. And then I will say, especially too, like with MidnightSilver's art posts, they do a really like detailed job. Like they'll show what their original sketches were. Like the whole process really gets like an in-depth explanation. And I think it's always fun to go back and see from the artist's perspective, the process of that. So thank you, Lemons.
Yay, thank you, Lemons. All right, and the next participant we have was Amber, who was the moderator for the Wincest Big Bang. Her Discord username is bluefire986. She participated as an artist. The 2024 Big Bang is not her first Big Bang.
There's so many.
Shocker.
Yeah.
It's fucking loads, mate.
List. Yeah, buckle in, everyone. The question was, how long have you been participating in Big Bangs? Can you provide us with some names, some bang names you participated in, if outside the Wincest Big Bang? All right. Is there something missing from the start of that, or is it just...
No, that's where, because I think she just answered the first question, like in terms of like the year, and then just started saying
since
all the
2012.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, she's been participating since 2012, which is epic. And the names are the Werewolf Big Bang, Plain Big Bang, Plain Reverse Bang. What's Plain?
That's what I'm just about to look for now, because I'm like, is that like Jack and somebody else? Let me see.
No, that's from a different fandom. I think it's
Oh yeah, it is. That's
Glee?
That's mostly Live Journal. Let me see. Blaine Anderson and Kurt Hummel, but I don't know what fandom that's from.
I think that's Glee.
Oh yeah, it is. It is Glee.
Is that Glee?
Yeah, Kurt.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I got a thing right. Cool. So Plain Big Bang, Plain Reverse Bang, SPN J2 Big Bang, Wincest Reverse Bang, SPN Kink Bang, SPN Case Mini Bang, WIP Big Bang, Quickie Bang, J2 Reverse Bang, SPN AU Big Bang, SPN Reverse Bang, Dean Winchester Big Bang, Sam Winchester Big Bang, SPN Dystopia Big Bang, Shadowhunters Reverse Bang, and SPN Eldritch Big Bang.
Whew.
That is an epic
That
list.
feels mean that you had to do Eldritch twice.
Hey, I got it right. I didn't stutter the second time. So
You did not stutter
Got
the
the
second
experience.
time.
yeah,
Got it.
practice made perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. And Bluefire's been running the Wincest Big Bang for a few years, hasn't she?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She runs a couple of others. I think she runs a Reverse Bang and a J2 Bang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw that. Yeah.
Something like that.
So the next question was, who were your writing partners? And she had 3. She took on 3 writers. They were according to the law. That's 2 as the number 2, and lore as in LORE. That's law boy. Sam and Dean 76. That's the number 76. And hootiepgh. And that's Hootie spelled IE, not Y. So, yeah, took on 3 authors. Nice job. The next question was, what was it about the story summary that urged you to select it during the claims process?
I'm sorry I used process so much in the questions, but I couldn't help it.
Bluefire's sorry, what name? Amber. Sorry, I keep saying Bluefire because that's the name I'm used to. Amber said most of them had angst and hurt comfort. So obviously those are themes that she likes. The next question was, what medium did you use for your work, and how would you describe the art style? And Amber said, photo manip in Photoshop, which is awesome. Not enough people do manips anymore. People love them whenever they show up on Tumblr. People are like, yes, old school manips.
Yep.
Great.
AI killing the manip industry out here.
I know, seriously.
Never mind, video killed the radio star.
Oh, goodness.
So the next question was, how did you decide on which scenes to illustrate? And Amber said, whichever ones stick out to me or seem super important.
It's a recurring theme, right? Seems like a recurring theme for artists. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. The next question was, did your writing partner change or modify their story based on any of your art? And Amber said, hootiepgh changed the colour of the gift paper, not liking that it was Destiel colours. The next question was the art you created in the end the art you planned at the beginning? And Amber said, no, my art tends to change a lot, but most of the time the reason why they change so much is I was unable to find the source images I was thinking about. And I feel that, like, when I'm trying to make a Tumblr post, if I can't find the GIF that I'm thinking of, I get so annoyed.
I'm sorry, so right? This has happened to me a few times when I've been trying to put GIFs in Tumblr posts, and this is why I don't do it. The fucking really popular things, like the GIFs are everywhere, and you search them in the Tumblr GIF finder, and it's just like, I've never heard of it, mate. What?
I know.
You have the GIF website. What is happening right now?
Yeah. So I can only imagine how annoying that is when you're like trying to do art with manips of images that you know exist and would be perfect for like the positions and stuff you're trying to go for.
Because it's almost like
you just can't find them.
Every time you see one, you should just save it. And it's just like, but you can't. Like, you can't imagine you're going to need that like later on down the line. You're like, I know I've seen it.
And I feel like an artist who does manips probably has a huge folder
already,
and like that'd be even more annoying.
Yeah, and then you're scrolling through your folder, going, "I fucking know I saved this."
Yeah,
we've all been there, friends.
Gosh.
We've all been there.
Yeah. So Amber will be doing a Big Bang in the future.
We hope so.
Yeah. Well, she was saying in the Wincest Big Bang Discord that, you know, as long as people are wanting to take part in the event, that she'll keep running them as long as she can.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Dedication, mate. We love it.
Love to see it.
So if you answered yes to doing a Big Bang in the future, let us know what you might be interested in trying next, or if you already have some on your schedule. And she said, I tend to do my three, which are the Wincest Big Bang, Wincest Reverse Bang, and J2 Reverse Bang. So you were right, Casey. She said, I also tend to do SPN J2 Big Bang. Other than that, just if something catches her eye.
Yay!
Awesome. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Amber.
So, thank you very much, Amber. That is all the people that replied to us. I already know I'm going to hell or Cass. We covered their response in Dreamer's interview. So if you haven't gone and listened to that, you should probably go and listen to that.
Yes, please do. And thank you, Cass, for sending in those answers. Appreciate it.
100%. So yeah, thank you to everyone that answered our call and
thanks
filled
everyone.
out the Google form. We are most appreciative. If you haven't read the fics or seen the art for any of the stories, you should 100% go and check them out.
You know
and
what
if you
I might just put in like the link to like the master list, and that way that people can just
that's a good idea.
Everything in there from this one.
But if you can't because of spoilers, you should find a buddy to nag you relentlessly until you finish the show, and then you can.
Yeah, I
think the buddy part is crucial though, because if you maybe you just need some motivation. Maybe you just need someone going, hey, have you watched an episode of Supernatural today? Let us know. Let us know.
So we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and let us know what you thought. Email Casey and Sandra at idlingintheimpala@gmail.com. Comment on Spotify in the Q&A section or leave a YouTube comment. Join the Discord and chat with us and fellow idlers in real time. Or check out the merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on the website at idlingintheimpala.com.
Want to fuel our supernatural road trip? Consider joining us on Ko-fi for as little as $1 a month. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers and would love to have you along for the ride.
Don't forget, you can always show your support for us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithms. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes we support in the description. So you have LGBTQ plus talking charities from me, mental health charities from Sandra, and the main causes that we continue to be championing, highlighting, spotlighting, any other adjective that means drawing attention to, are World Central Kitchen and Doctors Without Borders. Both of these charities are on the ground working in the Ukraine to help those still affected by Russia's unlawful invasion of the Ukraine, and in Gaza, which is in the crossfire of the war between Israel and Hamas. This is not political. It does not matter which side of these issues you stand on. We are coming from a purely humanitarian view here. There are people in the Ukraine and Gaza that are trapped, cut off from basic human rights like food, water, and shelter, and they are dying. They didn't ask for war, and we want to help the people risking their lives to help them. If you cannot or do not want to donate financially, that is absolutely fine. Just sharing links around social media helps massively to keep these issues in the public eye and get people in need all the help that we can. So with that, we will say thank you for joining us in the back seat, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.